Hi everyone, and welcome back to Thrift Witch. I finally got out to the thrift store again after being home in self-isolation, waiting for my COVID test results to come in. Good news, negative test result after waiting almost a week to find out. So of course, the first thing that I did once I could leave the house was go to a thrift store, because just like probably many of you who are watching this, I'm a bit of an addict. So I found all kinds of really great stuff today, so I thought I would share that with you. Let's start with some bagged items. So today I actually got a couple of really good bags of items. I haven't found good hanging bags in a while. So the first bag had this little skunk who will be staying with me for my collection. And 3 little dogs, 2 of which are actually marked Occupied Japan and 1 of which is just marked Japan. So these are really, really nice. And as the bag was only $3, that makes them, I don't count things I keep, so that makes them $1 each, which means that I can offer them for sale for a really reasonable price in the booth. So cute little terriers. He's a cutie. Also marked Japan. And this guy's a little Dachshund, I believe, and he's marked Occupied Japan as well. So that was a great little bag. Nice find. The next bag was a little bag of elephants. Elephant figurines sell well. People collect specifically elephants, if not just generally little animal figurines. So this was also a good bag, $4, making each one of these less than $1 each, about 90 cents including tax. This sweet little ceramic guy, he is just so delicate and he's in great shape. A couple glass elephants. This guy here, this really sweet one here. He's sitting up or sitting back on his haunches with a heart. This one I believe is Japan. I think in better condition the violin is actually brown. But he's in nice shape physically, just missing a bit of his cold painting. And then unfortunately, this little guy here, very sweet, but his trunk is broken. The piece wasn't in the bag, so he was either broken in transport to the bag or when he was donated. But he's still cute, and you know, if he only cost somebody $1, they might still want to take him home. Next up, I picked up a couple vintage purses, and then I dropped them on the ground. All right. Okay. This one is white or clear glass beads. This is not the original chain. The tag inside says made in Hong Kong, so it's probably older, 60s, 70s, that sort of vintage. Thought it was a nice pickup. It's in pretty good shape. And this one's fun. It's that gold, shiny gold, light laminy, I don't even know the right term for it, material with some decoration on the clasp here of probably cherry blossom branches. Maybe. This one is also marked on the tag inside, and I believe it says Stein Novelties, made in Hong Kong. Sorry, you can't see, but I'm trying to dig out the tag with one hand. I don't know how people who go to the thrift stores do this. Film with one hand and look at tags with the other. Kudos to them. So anyway, it does, take my word for it. It says for Stein Novelties, made in Hong Kong. Next is, okay, everyone. I should start the video over, but we're 4 minutes deep and I just can't be bothered. So bear with me and my clumsiness. This is a vintage lamp, which you can tell by the cord. It's usually a good indication. It's a dice on a metal base, and it does have the original shade. So I thought it was kind of a neat pickup. I saw some of them online similar, usually a white dice with black dots, and it says they're from like the 60s. So could be that old. I couldn't really find any more specific information, and unfortunately there's no information on the base to give us any clues about its origins or provenance. A little blue jalopy planter, probably made for a baby gift, for a gift of flowers to a new baby or a new mom. Baby doesn't really care about flowers. Flowers are for the mother. I have been so tempted recently to actually purchase the vintage baby planters that I see every time I go to the thrift store and do like a vignette or a collection of them. However, I'm going to give you a little hint. We're going to look around a little, so forgive the camera. My home is already full of collectibles and collections. So really, I don't need another thing to collect. This is just what you can see from where I do the videos. So as tempted as I am by the cute little vintage planters, I just can't do it. And they don't really sell. I just think they would really make a nice display, particularly in a baby's room, as a decorative item. Anyway, moving on. This owl here says, "Be wise, save," and he is a bank. You see his coin slot. He's in good shape. He's missing his plug, and he is a hobbyist piece. So someone named Michael Lavoie made this, I would imagine, in public school or at a pottery class. When I was in public school, we actually took pottery. I think it was in grade 7 or 8. Middle school, we made pottery. It was part of like the home ec course. We made pottery, we sewed stuffed animals, we cooked. We also had metal shop. So yeah, we did a bit of pottery in about the same age probably as Michael. Little brass turtle made in Korea, trying to sort of embrace the brass thing. People do look for it and pick it up, and I thought this turtle was pretty cute, so picked him up. A piece of Pyrex glass for my sister who collects Pyrex. This is a vintage hazel atlas blue ashtray. I was just excited to find a vintage ashtray that wasn't amber glass. Seems like a lot of what you find is amber because of course it was super popular. But I like this turquoisey blue. Doesn't really read really well on the camera, but it's nice. And of course, like, people don't smoke anymore, hopefully, so especially this one, you could use it as a trinket tray or a candy tray. It's not even super obvious that it's an ashtray. Then we have Buster. Buster is a piece of chalkware, and he's adorable, so he came home with us. Next is a nice painted piece of from Bavaria. I'll show you the bottom. Yellow roses and rosebuds. I thought it was really nice. I don't pick up as much. We have a lot of glassware and ceramic at the booth, but this Bavarian piece, I just thought the yellow roses really got me. So J&C Bavaria. Next up is a kitty cat figurine. You know I love my kitty cats in real life and figurines. He is marked Japan. And what I found really interesting is he's got a sticker slapped on him for Port aux Basques, Newfoundland. So he was actually picked up by someone who went to Port aux Basques, Newfoundland. I guess like a little tourist memento. So he's cute. Meow. So I said the skunk was for me. Another thing I picked up for me is a couple of 2015 plush Care Bears. I like Care Bears. I have a few figurines and other vintage items, and I just picked them up because they were really cute and they were $2. And who doesn't like the Care Bears? It's like my childhood relived. Oh, hello. Hi. What are you doing? Have you come to participate? Come up here. No? All right. See you later, Eugene. Oh, here, I'll move out of your way. Is that better? Can you get by now, sir? There you go. Good boy. Only a couple more items left, everyone. So this planter here is kind of an odd, like, bathtub shape. It's marked on the bottom, Unimach, I don't know how to say it, UNGEMACH 257 USA. This is also known as Upco pottery. So I kind of liked the bit of the unusual shape with the wave on the side. Sort of a nice vintage planter. Something I've been looking for but didn't think was a real thing is completed paint by numbers. So this is a completed paint by number set and completed quite well. And actually what I saw was like Pinterest boards where people collect these and then do like a montage of them, or like a wall of vintage paint by numbers that are completed. And you can tell it's a paint by numbers because in a couple places the numbers are actually still coming through. So I picked that up for I think $5. So I thought I'd take a chance on it and see if there's anybody locally that might be working on one of those paint by numbers groupings. And then the last item is definitely the weirdest item, which I hemmed and hawed about, but finally decided just to take. And it is this big carving. So it's light, which is good, but it is a big fish and a diver. And for the shape of it and the size, it's actually pretty well balanced. So I'm sure this is probably like a tourist piece. It does have a name and a date on the bottom. It's a bit hard to make out. Anne Hog maybe? And then I think it says 98. This light is actually not bad. 50, I don't know. Some numbers, might have been I don't know. Anyway, I just thought it was weird and kind of cool. And for what they were asking for it, I took it. So that's everything. So good to be back out thrifting and sharing a haul video with you. And Mr. Eugene, who also has his own Instagram page. Well, he shares it with the girls. So it's called Eugene and the Torties, with underscores between their names. So Eugene _ and _ the _ Torties. That's everything, everybody. Thanks for watching. As usual, if there's something here that you're interested in, drop us a comment. If there's something you know more about than I do, please correct me or speak up. And hopefully nothing gets broken before I can pack it up after Eugene's been all over it. And thanks for watching.